started his non-medical business company. It's called Leader Investment, and it's a real estate development company. It is managing multiple projects.
Thank you.
Multiple town and apartment developments, commercial and retail plazas, and land development projects. Apart from his practices of medicine and apart from business, Dr. Mousli's passion is working with the youth. He's still playing and coaching soccer. He started Orlando's soccer group that has been active for the last 10 years. Thank you.
Is it clear? Can you hear me? I want to welcome also my dear friends and brothers, CPA accountant Shadi Badran, and Al-Muhami, and I don't know how to say it. He keep me in line, Zuhair Afania, or Zuhair Kaabni. We'll say the Kaabni, yes. So thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be here today and give us a chance to share some of our experience with you. We'll sit and then we'll take turns, so you can have a seat, and I will we'll start. I'm going to do it standing for now. The topic for us is financial tips for a physician. I want to introduce Shadi now, and so Shadi is one of the leaders in the community. He's very active. He's an accountant. He's a dear brother for everybody. He's been supporting all kinds of projects. So talking about business is to make money to help other people. And that's one of the reasons why we want to make money. So like take home message today, we want to make more money so we can help more people. And Shadi, mashallah, he born in Dubai, went to school in Cairo, then migrated to New York, 1998. I'm going to try to avoid the dates, so because we're a little older here. So for better education, double major accounting and finance, then finished his master's in international business trade in UK. So was working on Wall Street, then moved to Florida 10 years ago to join the wealth management team in Morgan Stanley in Lake Eola, and now he has his private practice as an accountant and broker. And that shows the level he's doing with accounting and at the same time as a broker. Zuhair, I put him on the spot today. We had another friend who was supposed to join, Hasan Shibli, but he got stuck in between here and California. I don't know exactly where. So Zuhair is a lawyer. He's very active in the community. We kind of bring him on all our projects because he keeps an eye on us. And if we do anything wrong, like we'll be in big trouble. And he keeps an eye on us from both, from business aspect and from a social aspect. He's a great soccer player. Me and him, we play soccer all the time, and we always like who's better, who shoots better, who's a lefty better. But we reach a conclusion that we are both are the best, you know. So, so we don't have to fight about it. So financial tips. I know it's the last lecture of the day, and it's tough. So I'm going to try to make it as easy, as smooth, as fun. So I'm counting that we are Jordanians, okay? And Jordanians are tough people. So we don't get tired, we work hard, we don't get sleepy, we stay up all night, we wake up late. We don't wake up early, but there are few exceptions. I guess we kept some of the Jordanian traits and we added some American traits to it. So inshallah, yani, we'll learn. I'm trying through this, I'm going to kind of repeat some of the stuff what other people did. But here I'm trying to introduce Jabni concept, which is the power of networking. And I'm going to talk a little bit about financial tips for physicians. I'm going to go over ideas. So what I want you to do from this lecture, to take these slides and later to kind of go to the internet and read more. We're going to try through this lecture to change our mentality, to make you all believe that you are all can be amazing businessmen. Physicians have tendency to stay in their comfort zone. We became physicians, most of us, because we love helping people. We like to be physicians. At the same time, like I have about 6 boards. I did neurology, then I did sleep. Clinical neurophysiology, and I did sleep, and I wanted to become board certified in sleep. And then I want to be a neurologist, I want to do more things. Then I decided to do interventional pain management. I took the vascular board, I took the neuroimaging board. So I have like 7 boards. I did med-neuro before that. So it's like collecting boards. But at the same time, it's like, that's... لا هذا صعب جدا هذا مستحيل هذا مستحيل تحصله So we were not able to get board ordinary, so we had to change the system, I guess. So in a way or another, you have to get to it. So the point, you have to work and try to have goals and try to achieve them, and it's not sometimes it's not that easy. Then while I'm being in neurology, we started medical practice and was working with the hospital. I was at Brown University academic. I did my J1 there, which I was one of those fortunate ones to be able to be in J1 in a good place. They asked me to come to Florida for 1 year to start a spine and sleep and neurology practice center in about 30 minutes from Orlando. I'm like, okay, I'll come for 1 year. It's fun. They paid me like 3 times of what I was, making as academic in Rhode Island. And I got stuck here for 15 years. The good weather, the nice weather kept me here. But then they offered me to work with them. And one of the things I did, I said, I want to negotiate my contract. They said, this is like 60-40, 70-30. I said, no. I'm doing 100%. You take maybe 3%. I'll pay you just for helping me, setting up everything. They said, we never heard of something like this. I'm like, okay, I'm going back to Rhode Island. Oh, no, wait, let's do it. So that was like a start. So I worked with them as employed physician, doing all my work with 100% incentive. And then I started going to other hospitals, said like, you cannot work at other hospitals. I'm like, I want to work at other hospitals. You need me. If you don't like it, you don't like it. So it allowed me to work other hospitals, make money from other hospitals, from other practices, and still pay me minimum salary and able to make 100% of what I make. So that point here starts with a few things that inshallah I'll talk about. And then after that, like I got bored from medicine. Okay, let's do some business. And I came from a family business. My والدي كان محامي and business lawyer في الأردن, and he loved real estate. تعرف الأردنيين كلنا بنحب احنا الأراضي، وبوقف على الأرض هيك بتطلع هناك وبحكي لك أنا شايف خلال 3 سنوات العمران حيفداك الاتجاه في هذا الاتجاه, which is true. And I liked what Ala and Baha were talking about, how first you have forced appreciation, you have like regular appreciation. So you follow the growth, but at the same time, if you make some changes, you can create a different level of growth than as compared to other people. So I'm going to try, and that is another idea of investing. So how can we put all these ideas together? Just to tell you about what we do. I started with like simple finding lots and finding small land. And okay, I'm going to buy the lot, put a spec home on it, and sell it. Amazing idea. The problem, they were available at some point, but you get a point there's like they're not available. That's easy. You buy it, you make 10,000 on the lot, you make 30,000 on selling a house. That's amazing money, but they're not available. So I said, okay, I'm going to go find the land and develop it. And now I have 40 lots, and I can build my own homes on it. And that became a great idea because it's in a good spot, good location. Now I build 40 homes. The land cost me, and there's like learning experience. But at the same time, I was selling each house with making money from it. Then I'm like, okay, we cannot find land anymore. What can we do? Then we have a friend who's like, he works in the auction. He went to the auction. We buy homes from the auction. We remodel them, put them back on the market. Okay, as he said, like we have to get to a point where like, okay, what's next? What's next? So the idea was we don't want to just work. So my brother needs to have a green card. I thought about the idea of something called EB5. Do you know what EB5 is? It's you get a green card through investment. Okay, so we bought a land and we qualified that project for EB5 project. And we put it together. We had 5 of our friends invested with us. Each one of them is about 500,000 at least. And we got more cash from other friends. And now I have 5 of my friends and my brother got a green card. Then my cousin came, we added him, he became our property manager. He actually a realtor. Then my brother became the property manager. So now we're making money not just for making money, to create opportunities for other people. And what we were talking earlier, how الدكاترة as أطباء احنا في أمريكا, we are representing our culture. Jordan, الwomen, البنات المحجبات. يعني I want to really stand for amazing job they're doing. البنات الأردنيات working like الأخت هنا القضاء, she is a surgeon. The other one, Rula, is like radiology. A lot of amazing jobs they're doing as Jordanians. At the same time, when you create opportunities, business opportunities, you can create opportunities for other people. Then we become stronger. Then we have a stronger voice in this country. So you don't make the money just for the sake of money. You make the money because you become stronger. You bring other people from your family and to people from the community. So tips for physicians. Do we really need to work to make money? And why we need to do it? What's happiness and what's stability? Do you have a clear plan for your future? How are you going to increase your earnings? Budget, spending, and saving. Ethic code, risk, protecting your assets. I'll come back to these points, but I want to introduce Jabni, and we have two board members from Jabni. So Jabni, we were thinking, okay, JAB is doing a great job. How can we support JAB? How can we increase revenue? And they are a non-for-profit organization. So how can we as Jordanians can make more money so we can donate more to the مثلا الطالب المحتاج المشاريع اللي بيعملوها ما شاء الله عليهم في الأردن and underserved areas, education programs. So the idea of Jabni came and everybody thought about Jabni. Do you know that cheese is connected to food? Money? So and cheese is that accurate or not?
I have no idea, but
Cheese.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay, great lawyer. See?
We'll find a way.
So we'll find a way. So cheese is, in the American culture, kind of connected to money. And that's Marwan Minshar, he came with that idea. Let's keep it as Jabni. So Jabni is Jordanian American Physicians Business Network. So we're going to open it at some point to all Jordanians, but we are starting as Jordanian physicians. If we have 1,000 Jordanian and each one of them contribute like $100,000, we have amazing now money, the power of networking that we can invest in a massive project and have our brothers here, Baha and Ala, run it and manage it for us, and we are doing amazing and we are making all money. It's not gonna be easy. So to do it on your own. So we create strong business group, eventually fund that has higher potential to explore and invest in business opportunities, create network to connect with Jordanians. Bills, we have family, we have kids, we have fun, we have retirement. Each one of these, we can talk for an hour. So I know we don't have much time and I don't want to take everybody's time. So I want to make money really to change the world and make it a better place. I want to start programs, I want to do youth programs. When I was in Jordan, a friend of mine, he invited a group of friends to Al-Aqaba. They have a yacht وجيت سكينج. الشاب ممتاز اخلاقه لا بيشرب ولا بيعمل يصلي قيام ليل. All of a sudden, everybody بيعمل قيام ليل. Everybody wants to يروح يحضر So it was a good way. الشاب من بيت القرن he's an orthopedic, I don't know if you know him or not, but it was an amazing experience to have these youth go, because the concept of being a voluntary work means you have to sleep على الأرض كل شوية مصاري ولا create opportunities for other people. So what's happiness? طبعا Happy Doctors Day, and you see like the 100 doctors handwriting, keep calm and whatever. I meant by that Happy Doctors Day. So happiness and stability. So we have two goals, basic goals: happiness and stability. Each one of them has definition. Everybody is different. What makes you happy? And what's stability for you? Just sit down and think about, okay, what's stability for me? Is it like a $2 million house or $300,000 townhome? Happiness for me, is it to work in academic and have research and make less money, or to make more money and have ventures and stay till 5 o'clock in the morning? People ask me stressed and I'm worried about it. I was like, no, I enjoy this, intensity. When we play soccer, the game, it's easy, we don't like it. You have to be a hard game, and the team in front of you, really fighting hard to enjoy the game. It's like 7-0 the other day, nobody wants to play anymore, because that's an easy game. So in life, sometimes, stress is fun stuff. Doing research, staying up all night, doing surgeries. So do you have a clear plan for your future? So sit down and think about it. Do you have really a plan for your future? What's most important, whatever you do, remember, enjoy the moment. We all plan for the future. And 7 years from now, I'm going to do this. 10 years from now, I'm going to do that. Just remember, what's most important is today. Enjoy the moment, whatever you do. Even if tomorrow is crashing, even if tomorrow is the doomsday, it's like, you have all this, you're going to lose everything in your pocket. Still, enjoy the day. It's going to be your last day anyhow, so you have to enjoy it. So cash reserve, make sure you have always an emergency cash reserve. This is extremely important. Asset protection, these are extremely, extremely, extremely important. As physicians, we already there. We already make money. Don't worry about money. Because alhamdulillah, Allah gave us this opportunity, made us come to the United States. Being physicians, we have a degree. The worst case scenario, if you invest millions of dollars and you lose all of them. Tomorrow, start over and start making money as a physician. So you need to protect one thing, which is your license. Because that's how it's going to make you money. And this is how you're going to make money. And that will be always your the last reserve for yourself. Retirement, always plan for retirement. And there's many options. Zad does an amazing job there. Long-term in apartments, buying a land. Simply buy a land banking in a good spot, probably can make better money than anything else. In Florida, if I go back in time, I would just buy land and do nothing. Everything we did actually, best part of it all was, although we tried to do the forced appreciation, I found that buying a land in a good spot was as good as ايام عمال الاردن لما صار مثلا دخل العراق ولا سوريا ورجع الاردن واسعار الاراضي زادت 10 times. That happened in Florida. Just find a good spot and probably move to Florida. So how to increase your earnings? Make money as a physician. So this is the most important point of the day. As a physician, how are you going to maximize making money as a physician? The first contract that you sign, get paid for what you worth. Do not be afraid to ask for more. And be like confident. This is what I am. If you don't like it, I'm going to go. There are billions of opportunities. Be tough. Be like, bold about it because you are like, exceptional. Don't think like, I'm worried like, you're going to always find an opportunity. Even if you sit for a couple of months. I know there's always the J1 issues and all that, but once you get after the J1 point, you're going to have an amazing life. Contracts, make sure you work with lawyers. We'll charge you, but we'll work with them. So networking, most important thing if you want to make money is networking, whether as a physician or as a business person. So make sure you connect with a team. Find a good team, work with them. Okay, budget. So cannot go over your budget, okay, if you never make one. So that's a good safe way to do it. But you always have to have a budget. So need a budget, save early, they recommend 20%, live below your means. I know for Jordanian this is not a problem. Jordanians بيجوا هون على هذا خبي قرشك الأحمر الأبيض ليومك الأسود. وكل هذه الاشياء ضلك عايش طول حياتك 50 سنه وانت لا بدك تشتري سياره جديده، اول سياره اشتريتها كانت معي سنه ضلت عندي 10 سنوات، لما بعتها يعني ما لها سعر، فهم تغلبوا كيف بدهم يقيموا السعر، اعطيتها لصاحب لإلي واستفاد منها يعني، بس بعد 10 سنوات هذا الشعور انك انت خلص يعني انت مستحيل تقتنع انك انت وصلت لمرحله انك الامور مستقره والحمد لله وامورك امور ممتازه. Spending, we talked about it. Remember this point. Ethic code. Never compromise your ethics and values. الرزق من عند رب العالمين. Each one of us ربنا ساقه وحطه في مكان. أنا I was in Rhode Island and I came to Florida. I was driving by this land every day. It just happened that I was driving by and I bought it and it was a great opportunity. It just happened that Allah wants me to be in that position. So rely on Him. And we have Muslims and Christians, both we have the same belief. ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب، صح؟ So ربنا بيحط الرزق somewhere. Whether كنت عصفور ولا طير بيطلع الصبح بيرجع المساء آكل وشارب وأمور ولا أحلى منها. فالرزق من عند رب العالمين. Never compromise your ethics and remember, protect your assets. And this is a long lecture we have to talk about, which include insurance, different insurance, life, disability, rental, umbrella, malpractice, auto. Remember, insurance is very important. You have to structure yourself right. I have a friend of mine, he had a rental property. He never thought about it. Somebody just decided to sue him. He did not have any protection there. They sued him for $500,000. Most of the time, you will not be sued above your insurance policy. But if you have an insurance policy, but you have to be careful not to be expensive. So always protect yourself, whether a physician to protect your license or in a business that you have the right insurance for that business. It may cost you money, but will cost you less if you get sued. LLC for protection. Everybody asks about those questions. We need to discuss it, but it's very important to understand the LLCs and how to protect yourself. Trust and will. It's very important to structure yourself, especially if you get to the high earnings. You have to have a trust and you have to have a will. If both parents die, it's going to be a problem in a car accident, God forbid. So you have to, and trust, you have to structure it because it will be great protection. And then you can say, okay, I want to get my kids this and that based on certain rules. Protect your license, which is the most important thing. Don't make mistakes. My brother keeps reminding here, Zuhair, you are a target. يعني sometimes I'm like anything I want to do. If I want to drive fast, You are a target. If I want to talk to somebody, sometimes, like بدك تمزح مع حدا. Be careful, like, you're going to be a target. Remember, every one of us here is really a target. Okay? And you think somebody will like you and be nice to you, or somebody was like, you are a target. Whether your car accident, rental property, somebody even walking in your driveway, at work, nurses, you never know. I've heard all kinds of stories from people. So make sure, remember, you are a target, so you have to be careful. So divorce.
Is that my skill?
Okay. They say most physicians lose their money in divorce. So if there's one thing, physicians lose their money in divorce. So be nice to your wife, okay? So don't let business and medical affect your personal life to get to the point where you forget your wife and family, and then you lose them. And if you kind of like, even if you don't love them, you don't want to lose them because of the money. So find a way not to lose them. Okay, but they say you never lose your money, rarely ever being sued. But you can lose your money, half of it, when you get divorced. Just imagine you get 3 divorces. I know a doctor, he divorced 3 times, and he has like almost nothing. He works at IHOP now. Okay, understanding the taxes. So I'll give Shadi, inshallah, in a minute, talking about taxes. And so nobody wants to give his money in taxes. Understanding retirement plan options.
Mr. Hassan, we're approaching our time, so
Okay.
you guys can speed it up.
Okay, mine is almost done, yes. Know your credit score. So again, retirement plans, understand them: IRA, Roth IRA, SEP IRA, Simple IRA, 401k, solo 401k. Read about them, understand them, and maximize them. Do you know your credit score? Very important, because it will make a difference when you buy something, finance. A lot of us don't care about it, but really you have to get it almost to 800. If your credit score is not almost 800, it's a problem. Family first and avoid burnout. So know your limits. Know if you can balance between things or not. Remember, it's not just your goal, it's your family goal to achieve together. Balance, support system, there's a time for everything. So you're going to find time for everything. And Zuhair told me something very important. I think Amjad said that you have always to find somebody to remind you of what you need to do to stay in line and become a better person. Zuhair is one of those people, actually. I don't know if I'm a better person or not, but I don't. So he said that if you leave your family for a long period of time, you come one day and they want to hug you and go out with you and interact with you, you've been gone forever. They're not going to come because you are dad. They will just be around you. You have to do things with them all the time to get them to stay with them. They will love you. They will connect with you. You have to keep that connection. You come one day and you're going to really find yourself. So remember, one of the advice, listen to Zuhair, okay? Financial education for our children. It's very important. We forget it. We don't do it. How to do financial. Open checking, savings account, credit card, authorized user, getting them a job. Roth IRA, match what they do sometimes to make them feel it. Utility bills, put them their names on utility bills. It's going to make a big difference. And permanent address. They're going to move to places. Tell them always to have a permanent address, because when they go apply for something, they will use that address as their permanent address. Business means taking risk. Remember, in business, there's always going to be risk. So know your risk protect limit, your risk tolerance, and risk capacity, and based on that. Stay cool and never panic, okay? Because there's always a solution for everything. In business, you're gonna get into a point where like don't panic and like sell everything, because there's some stress there. And we can take risk because we generate money as physicians. So even if you lose everything, you're higher, you can take risk higher than an average person. And we can take risk as we can generate money. So so why do doctors always stay calm? Because they have a lot of patience, okay? So cut your losses at some point. مين بيعرف يلعب تريكس هون؟ بتعرف لما تلعب بالتكس وفي عندك الطوشة بتصير بدك من أولها ما تاخذ anyhow, so you have to understand. If you don't know, one advice, go play cards, play tricks, understand. Actually, it helps you understand how to cut your losses. If you're gonna lose it, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna take 5 لطوش هتاخذ 4 لطوش. خذهم من أولهم أحسن ما get stuck toward the end of the game with complex. بعد العشاء، بعد صلاة العشاء. Okay, في الأخير توكل على الله. Life is journey and enjoy it. So thank you so much. I'll have the CPA advice here.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أخوكم شادي بدران، مصري مولود في دبي بس والدي ووالدتي من مصر. I'm not the best talker بس يعني I'm good with numbers, so I'll try to make sense of everything really quick. Before anything, I'm honored and thank you all for inviting me here to be as helpful as much as I can. And this is great. This makes me feel amazing. Some faces are familiar and others I've seen for the first time. And inshallah, this becomes a blessing for all of you. MashaAllah, it's an amazing gathering. And hopefully, inshallah, this will be not just for Jordanians in the next years, but also for Middle East and MENA. Barakallahu fikum jami'an. Okay, let's start. This is all about, you don't have to be an expert in taxes and accounting. Focus on what you do best. Either you're an engineer, you're a doctor, you're, a lawyer. Focus on what you do best. ودي العيش لخبازه. ولو ايه؟
أكل نص.
أكل نصه. احنا مش عايزين نص ولا حاجة بس ده المثل بتاعكم. بسم الله. Okay, we have always heard so many. We have always heard so many phrases from our clients who are not really understanding the way taxation and accounting works in the US, and with this, which is okay. You do what you do best and let others do what they do best. In other words, we hear many of these phrases. We hear all the time, how come I pay so much? We hear all the time, am I taking advantage of my tax breaks? Do I know everything about that? You don't have to know everything about your tax breaks. You don't have to. You just need to be a little bit savvy about what's out there. So when you discuss it with your accountant, whatever, you have to be just savvy about the points that you need to talk about and let them explain to you and give you the best advantage. Some accountants, unfortunately, they don't have time or they don't like to spend the time explaining all these details that can benefit you in the long run. Maybe because you approached them at the wrong time, or maybe just this is how they are. So it's your responsibility as well to search this information online or talk to your peers, not just your accountant. There's lots of doubts when somebody's paying a lot or not taking a lot of benefits as they think they should. They doubt their accountants, and this is يعني it's a big mistake. Haram يعني. The accountants, they work hard for their clients, but sometimes the clients don't understand why they're stuck in a certain tax bracket. Why are they stuck with certain tax payment? Because they didn't take the proper steps. For example, you talked about properties, you talked about real estate, which is amazing. But when you exchange a property, you need to know there's a law that says 1031, like exchange, would allow you to buy, sell, and replace within a certain period of time. What if that period of time is not enough? There is another application you can file and extend that period of time for many months in order to do so. That way you don't have to pay taxes completely on that property, and of course there is lots of exceptions. There must be ways to circumvent high tax brackets. Yes, there is ways. There is many ways to circumvent high tax brackets, but also every single person has a different story. Not everybody is the same. Everyone has different accounts, different stock market, cryptocurrencies, real estate investments, not just their paycheck. So do not generalize when it comes to judging how come my tax bracket is such and such. But it's important to understand and educate yourself about where do you stand when it comes to tax brackets. It's very important. I must open an LLC to add expenses. This is the most common myth, and this is the biggest mistake. A lot of people approach me, like, let's open an LLC, let me put my travels, let me put my shopping, let me put this and that. This is the oldest trick in the book. This is the #1 trigger that you will try to save a few $1,000s and you end up paying penalties maybe tenfold or even more. Why? Because you're doing it like IRS are very clever people, and lately they investing 80 billion with a B, $80 billion. There is a bill that passed just recently, $80 billion over the next 10 years invested in what?
Fraud.
Auditing.
Audit. Yes, fraud. Catching. Yes. $80 billion. Why? Because they know they can recoup 10 times more.
All the PPPs.
PPPs, one of them, of course, PPP loan forgiveness. A lot of people fall into that trap. They don't know how to do the application. They don't know the quotient, the variant they have to choose. Sometimes they get greedy. They file for the full forgiveness, and the whole application gets denied when they got $1 million. And instead of getting forgiveness on 800, they go greedy. They want the whole million, and they lose everything. And instead of getting $800,000 forgiven, it has to be done right. The research has to be made. The consultation with the right people has to be done properly. Yes, long form 3805. 3805. The long application, the long form. Yes. Okay. I'll buy an electric vehicle. I'll buy a Tesla, like the white, beautiful Tesla full of Manchester United t-shirts and soccer balls. I love it. But no more. No more Teslas. The law states 200,000 cars only from that manufacturer. So now the door is open for so many different brands. There is GMC, Mercedes, Volvo, Subaru, you name it. There's so many other cars out there. And in 2024, whenever you buy an electric vehicle, no more filing an application with your taxes, 8901 or 8911, in order to get the $7,500 credit. You actually can get your credit from the dealership and add that money as down payment. And let them do the work. Yes, but you have to be savvy about it. You have to know what's going on. That's starting 2024. So anybody's thinking about a vehicle, electric vehicle, everything is switching to EV right now. SUVs, sedans, trucks. So keep that in mind and ask your dealership before you pay for the car to consider the credit into the down payment of the vehicle, $7,500, and not wait until the IRS gives it to you. So this is another thing. I'm trying to wrap it up as much as possible. I'm sorry if I'm taking more time. I'm sorry? Keep going. Okay. Okay. So payroll. A lot of people work in hospitals, work in clinics. They don't own a business. They don't own a business, but I know for sure. And they are on payroll. So when it comes to W-2, usually it's copy-paste. Don't ask your accountant to take deductions out. Don't ask, accountants don't have a wish. I wish we have like a magic wand where we click some buttons and make things happen. It's not like that. So give them a break and think in other ways. Now, any physician, I'm pretty sure they have side gigs. Side gigs, in other words, like consultation, maybe a word that you say in a university, a lecture, anything on the side. You open an LLC, and you make sure when they pay you, they pay you to the name of the LLC and the federal ID number to the LLC. A lot of people make mistakes. They open the LLC and they give them the social security number. And they fill out the W-4 or W-9 using their social security number. What's the point? IRS look at us, all of us, as numbers. They don't look at your first and last name. I'm a number. I'm 9 digits. You are 9 digits. Everyone is 9 digits. Therefore, make sure when you use your LLC, use the federal ID, federal EIN, employer identification number, or in other words, tax ID. Use that on your form, W-9 or W-4, whatever you fill out, in order to, most likely W-9, in order to get paid for that consultation job or whatever you do on the side, outside your payroll, onto that LLC. What's the benefit and advantage you can take? You bring that LLC to your accountant, and you ask him to use your travel expenses, use your clothes, laundry, dry clean, anything related to your business field. Anything related to business field. But be aware, you dump in a lot of numbers, then you create red flags. I don't want that. So always keep it a balance. And your accountant should guide you with that. So this is for payroll employees. What about people who own a business? Most likely 90% of this hall. God bless you all. When you own a business, make sure, first of all, this is one-on-one accounting. Make sure it's an S corp. Some people say, I want to put the business on the side. I don't want my name to be there. I don't want it to show anything with me. This is a big mistake. Why? Because C corp starts at 21% tax bracket for the first $50,000. Who makes less than 50? Probably no one. So when you go above 50,000, you jump into 24%. And it keeps going up to 39%. Who wants to pay 39%? Nobody wants to do that. You cap it at 15%. Avoid double taxation. Elect an S corp. Even if you have an Inc. that was created many years ago, accountant tells you have 75 days only from the day of creation. There is a provision called provision 30-13, provision late election for an S corp without having to close your company and create a new one. And 99% of the time, the IRS will grant you an S corp even if that company is 5 years old. Although the law states you have 75 days only. That's number one. Number two, pay yourself. Even if you have 20 employees, if you hire physicians, always pay yourself and keep a balance. You don't want to pay yourself $250,000. No. You don't want to pay yourself $200,000. No. You don't need that. You need to pay yourself the maximum for Medicare and Social Security, which is around 147, I believe. That's your cap right there. Take the maximum benefit. Why? Down the road, you have a fat check. Down the road, you secure a good check for the rest of your life when you retire. So, who else do you pay? You can pay your kids. You can pay your wife. You can build their Social Security saving account or whatever with the Social Security Department administration. Pay them all. It doesn't have to be hundreds of thousands. Pay them the minimum. All you need per year is $6,000 and about $6,100 per year to get the full 4 points from the Social Security Department. 4 points. And you need 40 points to retire. What about your parents that you just gave them green card that they came to the country? Or your cousins, or your friends, whatever. Whoever just came, they don't understand. Put them in payroll. Give them the 4 points. Some people they migrate here when they are 60 years old. 5 years later, you know, ربنا يعني يعطينا جميعا يعطيكم الصحة والعافية. دواء وعمليات وصحة وحاجات. Secure them. They don't know, but you should know. Secure them. Give them those points. So once they accumulate the 40 points, they go straight to Medicare. They pay for everything. And Medicare is the best when it comes to retirement plans. Okay, and it's free. Okay, so depreciation, amortization, everything available under your hand, depreciate, amortize. Depreciate, amortize. Percentage in depreciation, it doesn't have to be 100% and it's 100% legal. Put 50% percentage. This vehicle is used for business. I go check on my plaza, clinic, hospital, employees, whatever you have. And you use that vehicle for business. Therefore, you can have a big chunk of that vehicle into depreciation. What if it's more than one? Yes. What if it's your wife has a vehicle and she's on payroll? Yes, depreciate it. Amortize your startup cost. Amortize anything, licenses, software. Do not expense it. When you expense it, you take advantage of it momentarily for one tax file. But when you amortize it, you can go all the way to 10 years, 15 years. Take a little bit by a little bit, and it helps you every other year in the future, okay? Employees retention credit is a big subject. Let's close. ERC is a big subject. Take advantage of it. $26,500 paid back by the government per employee that you have. Per employee. Do you get the full amount? Not necessarily. If you get 10,000, 15,000, it's great. It's called ERC. You look into it. PPP is the same thing. It's also great for payroll payback if you use for payroll. Really quick, tax harvesting. At the end of the year, get rid of your stocks, that non-performing stocks, all of them. Get rid of them. Take advantage of the negative amount on your 1099B. Lower your AGI to adjust your income in order to go lower in a tax bracket, as well as other financial advising points you can discuss with your bank advisor. And pretty much we covered the rest over here. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khair. Ramadan Mubarak. ويجعلنا أيام كلها سعيدة إن شاء الله. شكرا.
احنا المفروض thanks so much and I'm really sorry that it took a little longer. We had a plan to meet as Jadni actually after, but since we're a little late, so everybody's going to be available later for any questions you need regarding accounting, legal, or anything regarding the business concept that we are putting together. And mashallah, most of the people actually here are part of it. And Sur, Amjad Hamad, Muhammad and Sur, they are on the board, but also other people are part of it like Raed and Bahan, everybody else is, they know and they know everything about it. But definitely, inshallah, we'll be part of it all together. Inshallah, we'll get a chance to take it to the next level. Thanks so much for your time. And I want to apologize for Zuhair for bringing him, putting him on the spot, but I wanted you to see the face, and he is really keeping an eye on most of the things we do. Yani. So that will make you feel, hopefully, inshallah, better about what we do from a control point of view. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I know we can talk about this for a very long time, so I'm so sorry we have to continue.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.